When somebody reaches out for a tax consultation on the website, we want to sit down with them. We give them a half an hour to an hour at no cost whatsoever, and we want them to bring in 3 years of tax returns. We want to review those tax returns a little bit and just kind of see how complex they are. We want to know what industry they're in. We want to know how good their internal accounting records are, because all those things are going to go into our next step recommendation. And that next step could be anything from, hey, look, you're getting really well serviced where you're at, and you may want to stay with where you're at, or hey, there's some complexities out here to this return that your current accountant may not be aware of, and we want to bring to the table, and we think we can actually save you some money. So the consultation itself includes us getting to know a little bit more about the client's business, right? So it's more than just the tax returns. We want to know about their employees, the industry they're in. We may bring in one of our partners that specializes in that industry. We want to know where they've been and where they're going. We're a lot more than just a compliance shop. We want to work with you to get to where you're trying to go as a business and as a customer. You know, building trust with a client is not a first meeting kind of situation, right? We do want to learn a lot about the business, and I think they're going to gain a lot of trust from us just in how much we know as accountants. We're not just a compliance shop. You know, we want to work with them. We want to be consultative to what they are. And if they're used to having a firm that only says, hey, you know, give me your stuff at the end of the year, we'll prepare your return, it's going to be a very different experience for them. You know, I think a really good meeting with a potential client is getting them comfortable with the end result. Sometimes that end result is to, hey, stay with your current accountant, they're doing a really good job. Sometimes is, hey, you probably need to make a change. You're with, you know, one of the national small stores or something like that. We're going to find you a good local accountant here that can do that, because you don't need everything that we bring to the table. I mean, because of a firm our size, we have to have 3 accountants look at every return before it goes out the door. If it's not that complex, you probably don't need all of that. So we're going to find you somebody in town that does a good job with that. And hopefully, though, you end up being a really good fit for us and we maintain you as a client. So I think a successful meeting with us is making sure that the client walks away with a good roadmap to where they want to go.